I've had a hell of a work schedule this week and didn't get to a prediction, so I might as well do the one this morning before the game starts. 24 of 21 Nebraska. Yeah, everybody all week is on Twitter anyway. Nebraska Twitter has been talking about Bryce Underwood and how afraid we are of him, and we have to stop the run and put a spy on him and blah blah blah. Well, I before we get to that, I'd say the best way to not be afraid of Bryce Underwood and Michigan's offense running the ball against our smallish defensive line is to not let them on the field. Control possessions. I don't know about being conservative as much, but extend possessions, control the clock. And I think the key is, can we really do that? Because I don't think our offensive line is, I think it's better than it's been, but I don't think it's all that. I guess we're going to find out in this game. And that's the biggest fear, is that, we're not going to be able to get any push against Michigan because they're still Michigan. They might not be the great Michigan they were a couple years ago, but with the sign stealing shit included. But they still have really good players and really good talent. So it's going to be, that's, I think, the biggest battle that I think that is most prominent in this game for me is Nebraska's offensive line against Michigan's defensive line. Can we push them around? Is Dana Holgerson going to run just inside zones, duos type stuff, or is he going to mix in some misdirection so he gives his offensive line, some blocking angles to get leverage on Michigan's defensive line? That's what I'd look for, I guess, early in the game. And I'm guessing we're going to stick to short to intermediate passing if we throw a lot of passes, because Dylan Raiola still hasn't shown that he can hit a long ball worth a damn. Defensive side of the ball, the whole spy thing, Bryce Underwood. I watched Michigan against Oklahoma. Michigan's offense wasn't that really impressive, and that's because Bryce Underwood is is a true freshman. He's going to make true freshman mistakes. I hope the crowd gets involved. Nebraska's crowd could make a big difference in this game. Just because of the energy level we're going to be. I hope it's a Colorado of last year type situation for Nebraska fans, where they show up and they're loud and they stand throughout the entire game and they just, become a menace for Michigan. I'd like to see that. The obvious comes in here. I think we're going to play this to be a close game and hope to hold on for a close game. I don't think we're going to come out trying to blow the game up on offense. What's that mean? That means limit turnovers, the usual stuff. No turnovers, play it a little bit safer. And what else we look for in this game is to whether or not our coach, Matt Rule, in his third magic year, has figured out that, he can use his now good punter as a strategic weapon instead of going for it on 4th and 3 in the middle of the field. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, Nebraska has a chance to get this long losing streak against ranked teams off our back, that monkey off our back. And God help us if we don't. We're just going to go back into the, screw you guys, you're irrelevant area. I wish I had more confidence, but I think that it's all the years of us being beat all the hell. It's all the years of losing close games. And today, are we going to win a close game? I think we can. I don't think Michigan is really, overwhelming. Bryce Underwood and the spy thing, just play defense. He's going to have his plays. He's a good player. He's going to be able to run with the ball. He's going to take off. It's the standard defense stuff. Keep gap discipline, blah, blah, blah. Don't open up any rushing lanes for him when you're rushing. Don't run up the field like some crazy man without being aware of you. All that kind of crap. That's how we're going to stop Bryce Underwood. 24-21 Nebraska. But if we win, it's going to be freaking glorious. And if we lose, it's going to be not glorious at all. Okay, I hope you have a good day. Love y'all. Go Big Red.